Hey, everybody, welcome back in the Comics Dead Edition. Dave Cottingham here, and of course, Russell Johnson back on the show.
What's happening?
We are going to be talking about the mid-season premiere, Season 6 of The Walking Dead.
Yes.
Entitled No Way Out, which is very cool because it really does, it's really named after the storyline in the comic book called No Way Out, the big 5-issue arc. Of what basically everything that happened in the show. So
pretty big things happen.
Pretty big things
in the comic initially, and this followed it pretty close.
So, initial reaction after you saw it?
It was awesome. That was one of the better episodes I'd seen in a while. Not that any of have been under par or anything like that, but I think we talked early in season 6. We're kind of like, it didn't really. But this one, mid-season premiere was incredible. I loved it. All the action, the way it followed the storyline, what happens at the end. It was just, I was really excited by it. I think they did a fantastic job with it. I like it. Again, they changed things here and there with some of the characters from the comics, but they're really, I'm really excited for Negan now because it seems like, at least with this issue, this episode, they're trying to follow more of the comics. So you're getting like a lot of stuff like that. So, and I think Kirkman had said at some point that, like in season 6, that some of the stories were going to follow more of the comic book, original comic book path. So I'm seeing more and more of that, and it was just, it was a great episode.
And speaking of the Negan thing, the one thing, so people that are kind of, and we'll kind of talk about that a little bit with the comparison to the book, but the one thing that's definitely not in the book is that opening scene.
Yeah.
I was
floored by that.
I was thinking the whole time. Now, my initial thought was, this is when Sasha's going to bite it.
Right.
She was going to take that bullet. It just seemed that it was going that route, and I was like, and I would have been okay with guessing it. Like, oh wow, she's actually. Because they had that beautiful scene, episode where they were kind of on their own in the first part of season 6, but dang, rocket launcher.
Well, it's just, I guess, and this is probably my expectations for the comic books. I know how bad Negan is, and his entire gang of guys. So I thought when that scene was happening, like you, I didn't think Sasha was going to die per se, but I knew. I was thinking the whole time, they're captured. There's no way they're getting out of this.
Yeah.
There's no way they're getting out of this. I was like,
that's true.
I just want to see, they're captured. They're going to take the truck, and that's going to start the whole Negan thing. But yeah, for
but if there was anything that was going to piss Negan off,
oh yeah, that's
to have him be introduced like he was in the comic book.
Yes. That makes
was it.
Yeah, that's gonna be bad.
That's gonna be very bad.
Really, really bad.
And the guy holding the rocket launcher is probably the one with the X on his back.
Yeah, I think at some point in season 6 we're gonna have to have a major death.
Yeah,
I
agree.
I feel it coming, but debatable who it's gonna be. Everybody says can't kill Daryl at all ever, but maybe something that Kirkman just may do, just because that. Big impact on the show.
Yeah, I agree. It's so tough.
You and I have talked about it so many times that even in the comic books, there's only a core group of people that I really care about. Like if Sasha died, I've been like,
Yeah, correct.
Not that any of the deaths should be kind of brushed off, but anybody else outside of, again, our main characters, I'm kind of like, well, it's sad they died, but
right.
It doesn't have that huge impact on you.
No, it doesn't.
Like if it was a Carol or Daryl or Carl or something like that. So to have what happened to Carl in this episode happen, that was a good move.
It was, yeah. So as we get into the episode more, now the one surprise I had too watching it was the Glenn Maggie kind of storyline going on. Like I really thought he was going to bite it this time. I did this time. Okay, when he was on the in the line of the trothel line or whatever on Terminus, I kind of knew. Nah, he's not going to bite it there.
Right.
He falls into a group of zombies. Everybody thought he bit it there, pretty much. I was up in the air because I really didn't think how he could get out of that. But this time,
I thought
sacrificing his life, I thought, okay, this is it. Did you think it was really Glenn's end?
I thought it was possible.
Yeah.
I really did. I didn't think it was going to be necessarily that, that was where it was going to be, but I was thinking, this could happen. Especially
because the way
Maggie's
they
reaction.
were talking too in the church
Yep.
and sacrificing and living for people. Like I was like, man, don't
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. So that makes me believe that Glenn's death is going to be huge when it does happen.
Yeah, true.
I mean, that's why I still think that Negan, that could still follow that storyline, because he's gotten out of so many situations where he almost died. And if it happens like it did in the comic book,
Yeah.
that would be huge. That would be impactful.
Very impactful. And I hope, I understand maybe there's some people that watch this that haven't read the book, so we're trying not to be too direct, but I do want to touch on a little bit of the comparisons of this episode that are in the book. A lot of things happened in this that were, if you read the book, you saw it coming. Now, some differences. Jessie has 2 kids in this show. She only has 1. She only has Ron in the book. And so, little spoilers.
Yeah.
I want to say this. So, the big difference too that I think in the book from this was Morgan.
Right.
Morgan dies in No Way Out in the book, and it looks like he's going to live on in this one.
Yeah, came out unscathed in that, and the fact that it mirrored. Like I forgot about the comic book when Sam bites it in this episode, and watching the Talking Dead afterwards, how they did that was really impressive.
Yes.
The first time they ever tried something like that, and it was for a little kid still, it's kind of like Lizzie and any of them. This was the first time I see like a kid get like eaten. I mean, he was just devoured right from his mom, and it's just like, ah.
And you kind of got that cringe, a couple seasons ago when you saw Judith's empty car seat. So you're thinking like, oh my God, but I did not expect to see that. I didn't
either.
see that.
No. I was
even though I know
that.
what happened in the book, because Ron obviously is older in the book as well, like Carl's age, and he's the one that gets eaten. So it's not that bad. It's bad, but you're talking about a 10-year-old kid.
Yeah.
I mean,
but even to have what happened to Ron in this episode by Michonne, I was like, I didn't see that at all.
Did not see that coming at all.
I was like,
either.
wow, they are really protecting each other. And, I only had one complaint on the show, and that was even they showed it in the, last time on The Walking Dead, they showed Sam walking out of the house, with the all covered in the goop and stuff. And he was going, Mom, 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 before it cut. And you're like, oh, why is he talking in the middle of all these walkers, right? And then they even showed that in the clips going into the show.
They did.
And then they never resolved that. It's like they just showed him standing there going, okay, you take Judith. I'm like, wait, you didn't address the fact that he almost got you killed walking out of the house. It kind of just didn't resolve that story. I just needed something like...
It's like they went back and reshot it almost,
like, Sam,
right?
shut up, and then walk over, or something like that. But they didn't do that. It was just...
It's like it didn't happen.
Exactly.
And then they redid the...
It seemed like it to me, but it's minor, though. Minor complaint, but...
But no, overall, not sum it up. I thought this was a great start.
It was an awesome start.
I didn't I feel like when the season 6 premiere wasn't as strong.
Exactly. I felt the same way.
This was
yes.
This was a great return.
They made up for it.
Absolutely.
Sure. Season 6, this was really good.
So we got 7 episodes left for this season. We'll be back to kind of review them all again. Hopefully, maybe grow our little collection here.
Nice,
I do got a couple more figures that I haven't put out here. I got like Tyrese and stuff like that.
I see Tyrese back.
I know, right?
Have him on the set.
Yeah. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Of course, you can follow us at In the Comics. And this is Dead Edition right here on the YouTube channel on the 21 Network. He's Russell Johnson. Dave Cottingham coming back next week when we get In the Comics Dead Edition again for Walking Dead.
Yeah.